All right, so
We haven't lived.
Bahamas or Star Wars?
Let's go Bahamas.
Okay.
Star Wars is the least interesting.
You're nuts.
And
All right. So, yeah, just like we were talking about before, obviously, we've been doing the Bahamas now for 4 years, going on our fifth.
Would have been the fifth.
Would have been the fifth year. Listen, we love working with those guys. It just got to a point where there were so many things and so many little things, and it all just kind of added up together. And in the end, because I'm not the type of guy to throw anybody under the bus or call people out or anything like that. But I will say, in the end, it just, for Maria and I and the work that we put into these things, it just, putting it up against the tournaments we have here and what we've been doing and what we've been offered. We were actually just offered to do a tournament in Alabama. Their governor actually sent us an email, and we might go out there and check it out. I mean, you never know. But it just, in the end, it just wasn't feasible for us anymore. And it just, for the amount of work.
Yeah, and just so you listeners know, like, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with the tournament. I'm not affiliated with EKFT other than this podcast. So, like, I just hang out and do the podcast. But I've been to 3 of those tournaments, and from what I see, and this is just me speaking, not on behalf of Joe or Maria, but it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody there wants a piece. There's so many hands in the pot that it could only become so overwhelming that you have to quit it. Because even I went there after the tournament, and they all know me from the tournament. I mean, I know all those dudes. Yeah. Everybody, they're there all the time. Those guys work at that resort.
Oh, yeah.
They're all the time.
Right.
And everything, man, they just associate that tournament with a paycheck. And so everything costs money. Like, everything, every little step of the way.
Which is understandable, but
it shouldn't cost me $50 to rent a fishing pole for the day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not over there anyway, because no one else is fishing, especially off the dock. And then $10 for a pack of hooks. Like, it's a little. I can tell that it could only get so bad that you have to stop.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's trying to get paid,
right? And it just got to a point where, it was just a mixture of so many things. I mean, between anglers all trying to do their own thing and not doing the package, and and then if something happened, then we get blamed for it, and it's like, dude, you went off by yourself. Like, that's not on me, bro.
Yeah.
But of course, you'll see Joe Hector on social media. It's his fault. So,
right.
Things like that, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. It just got to a point where I'm like, what am I doing this for? Right. Why am I doing this? And it got frustrating, to be honest.
Yeah, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's not worth putting stress on your relationship.
No,
and your
exactly.
business. It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's fishing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's fishing.
Right.
It's supposed to be fun and easy.
I mean, listen, I want to have fun doing these tournaments, and a lot of you guys, you got to understand this as well. Yes, it's a business for us. Yes, we make money doing it, but listen. I want to have fun doing this too. And, listen, I know business, obviously everything isn't going to be fun and things are going to be tough, and that's fine. But, in the end, if I'm aging 10 years per tournament, I'm not going to do it. I don't need to do it.
Yeah, definitely not worth it.
So, in the end, it just got to a point where Maria and I looked at each other and we were like, let's make a series.
Let's just stay at home.
Yeah, let's make a Sailfish series. Yeah. Stay home, Pompano Beach. What are we doing? You know?
You already live in the...
Right.
And to be honest with you, man, the weigh-ins in Pompano are better. By far.
Think about the weigh-in we had for the SummerSlam 2. That was the weigh-in with Wahoo that I thought we would get
in the Bahamas.
Yeah. But we got it here.
Yeah.
And we have those moons so dialed in now from all the years of doing it. It's to a point where, as long as we got the weather, we'll catch some fish.
Yeah. And we've been lucky here in Pompano with the weather.
Yeah, of course. Knock on wood. But
yeah,
of course. But again, that's another thing.
This year's looking rough.
It's not all luck, though, because we have an almanac from Tom Green, who's been here since the 1950s. So we follow that almanac pretty close. And to me, it's luck, but I think there's definitely...
Well, it's luck in that, blackjack is luck, right? There are certain rules and certain guidelines. I mean, sometimes the cards may not fall where you want them to, but you make the best play given the information, and you guys do that pretty well. So
yeah,
we haven't had really, aside from Texas, is the only bad weather.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last year's Sailfish was windy, whatever. It's
that's what we expect.
Yeah.
To be honest, every Sailfish tournament, I expect it to be choppy.
If
it's flat, fine, but I expect it to be choppy for those events.
Yeah, you don't even sign up for that unless you expect weather.
Exactly. You have to expect to go out there in 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah, and this year, like, freak, man, 12 miles per hour is the new 4 miles per hour. It's just been windy all year.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped.
That was last year, too. Last year was a windy year,
I guess it's 2018 now.
Yeah. So, I mean, last year was windy, man.
Yeah, 2017 was super windy. The whole summer, it just didn't let up.
Yeah. That was probably the most rough summer we've ever had.
Oh, for sure. Since 2010, I was here, and it was definitely the worst one I remember.
Yeah. And, on a lighter note, we're super excited because of the Sailfish Series. This is something that we've been talking about with all of our sponsors. This is something that they've wanted, that we've wanted. It's a tournament that's been growing every single year. I mean, people forget that tournament started with 12 people.
That's crazy.
And then these guys from Oklahoma came and won it.
That's nuts.
And that's what opened the door nationally for extreme kayak fishing. And here's another thing. A lot of people think the Bahamas is what put us on the map, right? People forget that Sailfish Smackdown was everywhere.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Everywhere.
Well, when a guy comes from a place where there's no ocean, and wins it, it just opens this. It's a light bulb for all the other guys who don't live where there's an ocean.
Exactly.
Because if you're in Tennessee, you think, why would I go there? There's no way I can catch a sailfish. I've never done it.
Yeah.
But when a guy from Oklahoma wins it, then
that opened the door to all the out-of-state people coming.
Yeah, it's like the guy who broke the 4-minute mile, right? Like no one did it until that guy did it, then everyone did it.
Right.
So it's like one of those things where people now believe they can do it, and so that we get more people from out of state than we do.
Exactly.
Locally.
No, and here's a fact: we get more out-of-state anglers than locals.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy to me.
The locals
is what
are.
It is. Yeah.
No offense.
You get to wait.
Sort of.
Well, because you have to plan that trip if you're from out of town.
Yeah.
And you're going to come no matter what. So if you're local, you might hold out until 3-4 days before and then decide not to do it.
Well, the thing about the out-of-state guys is they don't have what we have. So when they see this stuff, they don't look at it like, oh, it's a sailfish. They look at it like, oh my God, we have a sailfish. Like, you know what I mean? With the locals, they do this all the time. They catch these fish all the time. So maybe it's not as appealing to them like it used to be, But hey, man, it's a tournament,
Well, I feel like with the prize money went up.
Yep.
Correct? So the prize
money went up.
There's a ring involved.
Now there's a ring involved.
So
now you got 2 tournaments instead of 1.
And the price didn't go up.
Exactly.
The prize money stayed the same. The price didn't go up.
Entry the same.
So the incentive is higher
which
now.
Is insane. It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
but I kept it the same.
Yeah. So the incentive is greater now for the locals.
$150? Are you kidding me?
It's crazy, man.
If I can fish a tournament with a $5,000 payout for $150 anywhere else in the country, I'd be there in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited.
These boat tournaments, and they're charging thousands of dollars.
Thousands for a $5,000 payout.
Yeah.
I mean, there's boat tournaments that are $5,000, $6,000, $4,000 payouts, and you're paying $500, $600,
crazy,
$800.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Just because we're in kayaks, I mean, it's not a big difference.
Oh.
We're catching bigger wahoo. We're catching big fish. I mean, we're getting a lot of the boat guys to fish the events.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You're gonna catch 2, 3, 4 sailfish just to win the tournament.
Oh, look how the tournament's changed. The first year, we were just praying to get 3 for first through third. Now we're catching so many where the help boats can't keep up.
You need more. Well, we're gonna have more help boats this time.
We're gonna have a lot of help boats. Actually, got a boat sponsor, Renaissance, which will be awesome. But also, what we added in the rules, and you can go to extremekayakfishing.com, check out the rules page, bang the Sailfish Smackdown rules up top. But what we added in the rules is, if a boat cannot get to you, if it's impossible, and you want to release that fish, because we were all about releasing the fish, and you want to go fast and not get a photo. And you can't wait. We still highly encourage we get the help boat to you. But if you can't wait, or if the boat cannot get to you, You can take a photo of that fish to prove that you caught that fish, but the time must be on the photo.
So,
and it's up to the angler to bring a camera, a phone, whatever. It's not up to Extreme. You're responsible if you want to take the photo.
So your camera, phone, or GoPro,
anything you want,
whatever you have,
that has time.
You need to have the metadata turned on,
correct,
and the correct timestamp,
correct,
because they can be off. Mine's a couple hours off, and if mine's a couple hours off, and I catch a sailfish and I snap that photo at 1:50, and lines are out at 2, but my GoPro says 3:50.
Exactly,
it's not going to count.
Exactly.
So,
and we'll have a committee on the beach each day that'll look at the time, and we'll slide that person in once we document it into that time slot. It's pretty simple. But again,
you got to make sure your stuff is dialed in, guys.
Right. It's not Extreme Kayak Fishing's fault if you don't dial it in right.
Yeah.
It's not Extreme Kayak Fishing's fault if you forget your camera.
Yeah,
so
we're not going to
drill that in your head.
No one's going to be at the beach setting up your metadata on your
right.
Camera. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, so it's not going to happen.
You need to jump on YouTube and figure out how to set the timestamp on your phones or your GoPros or whatever. Your phone should be fine. Just make sure that it's
do your phone.
Your phone should be fine. Just make sure your metadata is turned on, and it'll save everything in the photo. Then you'll have to go back and
Do you want to explain? Do you want to show someone how to do it real quick?
No, but we'll put a blog post up.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
We'll put a blog post up about how to set up turn in your timestamp. It's probably on already on your phone.
Right, but if you don't know how to do it, or if you're a little confused by what we're talking about, look it up right now, right after you listen to the show, because again, I'm going to say it for like the 5th, 6th time, Extreme is not responsible for you taking the photo of the sailfish.
Yeah,
and for your gear.
On your GoPro, it's easy. You just reset your GoPro all the way, and then reset the time and date, and make sure it's correct that morning.
It's simple.
I would do that morning or the night before, whatever, and then it should stay until you reset the phone. I mean the GoPro again. So that's pretty easy. You just set the time and date. You go into the menu. You should know how to do that. You're a grown up. Yeah, that's
right.
It's a time and date. You learn how to tell time and the date. Like when you were
It's pretty simple. This tournament's based on time. I mean,
yeah, and clarify. So there was some controversy back in the day, but clarify the rule where like which fish, the last fish on the second day, the first fish on the second day.
I gotta pull it up. Hold on.
So here's basically what it is, guys.
Let Fred just explain it.
If you catch 3 fish over the course of the tournament, and someone else catches 3 fish over the course of the tournament, the person to catch the 3rd fish first, that's the tiebreaker. So on the second day, if you're going into the second day, you have 2 fish caught, someone else has 2 fish caught, whoever catches that 3rd fish first is the winner.
Exactly.
Very simple. Used to be the last fish, now it's the first fish. So it makes more sense.
Right.
Which is a testament to what you guys do when there's an issue and it seems like
tiebreaker is first fish.
Yeah, and it needed to be changed, and you guys took it into account that it needed to be changed and changed it. So no one's trying to be a stickler for these rules. If there's some issue that makes sense to do it a different way, you guys are open to changing the rules, and that's how
we've always been open. Yeah.
And the NFL started with 4 rules, and now there's a billion of them.
Right. I tell people this all the time. The NFL every year changes about 20 to 30 rules.
Big ones.
So you guys got to understand. If you're going to send me an email cursing me out, telling me I'm a jerk off to change a rule, not going to happen. Yeah. If you want to be an adult and talk to me like a man.
Constructive criticism.
Exactly. Yeah. That's no problem.
Hey, here's a little advice. Hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't tolerate that anymore either.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Exactly.
Especially on the beach the day of the tournament. That's a good way to get, banned.
See ya.
Yeah, that's a good way to get banned.
Yeah, we don't care anymore. See ya. But anyway,
He
all fired up.
He go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fun.
But, I mean, guys, listen, let's just have a good tournament, I mean, the rules are pretty plain as day. We'll go over them 1,000 times before the tournament. We'll go over them at the kickoff party, which will be at Brews Room in Pompano Beach. So we're back there. I can't wait for that. We're going to have a huge raffle to benefit the Broward's Children's Center. We're going to have some awesome big prizes. So, I mean, there's just so much going on. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a killer year. We're going to have some awesome fish. I mean, last year, we caught some amazing fish. The wahoos. We broke the record with most sailfish caught in the tournament. I mean, single fish records were at a high. I mean, the biggest African pompano caught. I mean, Benny had a great year.
Yeah, Benny killed it.
Yeah,
for sure.
He had a great year. So we're really excited, guys. And, 2018, man. Cool.